Hey, welcome back. Part 2 of the 2026 Cheap Bike Build Off series. So I guess the goal for today is like I said in part 1, we're gonna get some parts cleaned up. We're gonna start to get the bike assembled, and I am gonna catch you up a little bit on some parts that I picked up for the bike. I know I said in the last one that there was a few things that I needed, a few things that I wanted. And so yeah, we can go ahead and dive into that here in just a minute. I did decide to pull my actual camera out because I don't know, I was being lazy before, and I figure if there's folks like you who actually want to watch this, maybe I'll try and make it enjoyable for you. So you should have better quality footage to watch here from now on. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive into the parts. Wow. All right, we'll make this pretty quick, but like I said, there was a few things I needed, a few things I wanted. Some of the things that I needed were tires. So swung by the co-op here today. I picked up a Blackburn 2.1 for the rear. I'm gonna put it in the rear just because it's wider, but I will say the grip on this thing is not as great as what's gonna go up front, which is this Race King 2.0. This is in great shape, but paid $5 for both tires at co-op. So again, I love my co-op. One thing I'm pumped about are these fenders, brand new fenders. I got them at the co-op. Someone donated them. Yeah, man, these were listed for $40 and we paid $5, so we're doing great. It says it takes up to a 55. I hope we can get it on there and it won't look super goofy with these 2.0 and 2.1s. And then also, this is kind of just a sub. So I found this REI saddle. It's super plush and it's a little wider. I kind of figured, I don't know, I guess I'm bad at this, but I kind of figured my girlfriend would want the narrower saddle. She wasn't thrilled about that idea, so we found this, again, $5, doing great. I think that's it. The only other thing is like cable housing. I'm not gonna bore y'all. I got it, and yeah, let's dive in and do a little bit of rebuild. What I actually want to do before we dive into any of this, I'm going to make sure the tires fit, and this way, I don't know, it just gives me peace of mind. So let's do that first. Scared the shit out of me. All right, we're gonna tear this apart here and check on it. I have a feeling that it's gonna be pretty clean in here. Like I said, it's spinning pretty smoothly as it is, but I do want to give it a look just to see. I mean, yeah, this is very clean. It almost looks like it's got fresh grease in there. See that? Looks like fresh grease. I'm gonna pack some more grease in here. I'm not gonna bother taking this apart because it looks freshly serviced. And then we will get it put back together. Off camera, I did pull it down and take a look at the underside. like I said, it looks very, very clean. So pack some grease on the underside and just put some up the top. I think if we can just get some good tension on this here, because it was a little over tightened before, we should be good to go. And I don't love tightening headsets like this when the bike's on the stand, especially on a threaded fork like this, because I like to be able to feel the tension. So I'm gonna throw this on here, just kind of hand tight there now, and then we will get everything tightened up once it's on the ground. So I actually hammered it in. It might work, let's see. Oh, I got it. Okay, so we're just gonna give this a quick clean. All right, we're gonna give this thing just a good wipe down here. I don't know about you guys, but I clean most frames with this stuff. It's cheap, it foams, it seems to pull a lot of the dirt off very well. So yeah, let's give it a good wipe. All right, frame looks pretty clean. We are gonna, once we get everything kind of built up, we'll do like one more wipe down, quick polish with some automotive polish and shine it up a little bit. But now we can kind of start tearing down some of the other parts, like the pedals. We'll get those kind of rebuilt and re-greased. The rear derailleur, we're not gonna fully tear that apart, but we are gonna clean it, lube it up. And then the crankset, we have a little bit of work to do on, and I think that's it. But yeah, let's kind of get going there. Okay, so upon further inspection here, I don't actually think these are rebuildable. This cap will not come off. It's kind of one piece here, which stinks, but I do think, as I said kind of in the intro video, these bearings are more dry than anything. So with how big of a gap there is there, I think I can pump some grease down into it and hopefully get them spinning good. Yeah, so let's give that a shot. Doing this and looking at a camera to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing is way harder than I thought it would ever be. So yeah, I think this one's pretty good actually. Give it a couple spins. This one was actually all right to begin with, but I feels a hell of a lot better now. We're also gonna clean this. I don't know how much we'll be able to do to it. It's not that it doesn't spin, it's just tighter than I would like it to be for such an old bottom bracket. But the other thing I was kind of thinking here is, like I said, it hasn't been ridden a whole lot. And a lot of the times with these square taper bottom brackets, you need to kind of break them in. So I'm wondering if maybe it just has not been broken in. Regardless, we're gonna clean it up and maybe see if we can get some grease in there and get it rolling again smooth. All right, so it's not perfect, but it actually is kind of spinning a little better. Sitting here freeing it up a little bit. I think we're gonna use it. I don't know what happened. I'm still kind of new to this. I guess I didn't hit record. But I did clean this, I guess, off camera now because I don't have any footage to show you. But clean this guy up. And I do need to find another chainring bolt here. Cleaned up its brother, and yeah. All right, last but not least, we're gonna clean this guy up just a little bit. It's honestly in pretty good shape. It's pretty dirty, but yeah, we're gonna give it a good clean, maybe lube up the bearings a little bit, and then we should be good to go. All right, yeah, it's not perfect. A lot of the times with these old derailleurs, I'll see how clean I can get them without ripping them apart, and then if I'm happy with it, I will go with what I got, and if not, I will in fact tear them apart. I'm just gonna throw some lube on these bearings and then let it soak for a little bit, and we should be good with this. All right, it's a new day. I kind of had to put the cleaning on hold a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and kind of dry fit some of the parts now. We should be able to get pretty much everything on the bike at least today. And then, yeah, after that, we'll kind of get everything cabled up and ready to go. Oh my God. It's not the right size threading. All right, plan B. All right, we've got these that we're gonna throw on here. This will kind of be probably a temporary pedal for her. I don't imagine she'll utilize the clipless aspect of it anytime soon, but at least we'll give her some pedals with some flaps that she can ride around here as well. And I did grease these up off camera. Just not gonna bore y'all with watching me grease a bunch of parts. All right, and I know these pedals are in good shape because I was actually using them recently on one of my personal builds. So yeah, looks pretty good for me. All right, we're gonna go ahead and fit this cassette on here. We are gonna have to leave one of the gears out and use it as an 8-speed. So we're gonna leave the 11 off of it, which is sitting right here. But again, perfectly fine for her use case of the bike. I don't think she'll be needing that super high kind of top end gear there. What is going on here? For a second there, I was like, did it somehow with the relay that has different size threading too? All right, in business. All right, so now, oh, Jesus. All right, now we're gonna do the fun part, which I feel like is kind of where the bike starts to take shape a little bit. Well, I feel like it's kind of looking like a bike now, but we're gonna get the wheels on, and then we're gonna fit the fenders, which will be cool. After that, we'll kind of cable everything up, probably wrap some bar tape, and yeah, we'll have a bike. Be pretty close to being there at least. All right, let's do it. Shop cat. So I've heard people say that installing fenders is kind of like an art form. I've heard a lot of people say that it's a giant pain in the ass. I think it's somewhere like right in the middle. And because of that, I'm not gonna have you watch me install these and suffer and figure out how to rig them to make them work, because that's just kind of how it always goes. So we'll take a look here in just a second. I am excited to get these on there. I think fenders are very utilitarian. I think they serve a great purpose. I also think they tend to make a bike look really cool. So yeah, it's a bit of a transformation, I think. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get it on, and then we'll show you what it looks like with the fenders mounted. All right, fenders fitted. I'm going to attempt to take you around the bike and show you what it looks like, what I kind of had to do to get them to work. Honestly, it wasn't too bad. I guess that's what happens when you get fenders that come with all the hardware. So yeah, let's take a look. All right, so the rear one went on pretty easily. I did have to cut these stays down on both sides. I'm still not thrilled with the positioning of it, but I guess that's kind of what you get for using plastic fenders that were donated to a co-op and trying to fit them on tires that probably should not be sitting underneath these. I know I said that it came with all the hardware, however I did have to use some of my own. I found some of these old like leather washers from a set of yellow orange fenders that I've used in the past. But I do think overall looks pretty good. The front was actually much more simple. So same thing, cut these stays down and then kind of just got it on there. I like the positioning of it. That one was easier just with like the single stay on each side. But overall, I think the bike looks cool so far. It is kind of reminiscent of like an old Randonneuring bike. Probably a little bit more capable just with the knobby tires, but yeah, man, it's gonna look pretty sweet. All right, I am gonna call this episode here. I feel like it's gonna be super long. I don't know what to expect jumping into like the editing side of things here. Again, this is very new to me, but I appreciate y'all being here and joining in. Episode 3 will essentially be the finishing touches. So we'll get all the cables and housing on, the chain, we'll get the gearing sorted out, we will wrap the bars. And I do have a surprise that I think is gonna elevate the bike for episode 3 as well. It's something I picked up at the co-op today. So yeah, I hope to have you joining in on that one. This 2026 cheap bike build off has been super fun for me so far. I'm actually enjoying this whole like filming thing a lot more than I thought. So maybe I'll get some more bikes going on the channel here if anybody's interested. And then yeah, we'll see you here on the next one and see the final reveal. So again, appreciate all of your time, and yeah, we'll see you then.